Mostly Hunting Podcast with Kyle and Nevin is brought to you by Fitzgerald Hossbuck brand scents, Deer Dander, VK, Vanilla Killa from the VHS days, Doe and Need, Rut and Rampage, Hossbuck, and more. Available at all major online and pro shop marketplaces nationwide. You can also get it at Snow's Indoor Outfitters and they can ship it to you. Handcrafted and bottled for the utmost quality and freshness by hunters for hunters since 1974.
This is Ryan Marsteller, and you're listening to the Mostly Hunting Podcast with my buddies Kyle and Nevin.
This is another episode of Mostly Hunting with my daddy and his buddy Nevin, presented by Snow's Indoor Outfitters.
Hey, this is Eric Aiken. Here comes another episode of the Mostly Hunting Podcast with Kyle and Nevin.
All right, video's recording. Audio's recording. I didn't want my chair to make that noise.
The clap sound?
No, the farting noise my chair makes. Can I do the clap? It's been a while.
Absolutely.
Well, welcome back to Mostly Hunting Podcast, episode
19?
19.
19. Welcome back.
Yep, a whole 19 weeks of us. That's about 5 months, isn't it? Next week.
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
I just got a video.
Ooh.
Let's see what it is.
Big buck. Guaranteed. Or a bear.
Dude, I just got that bear again.
No way.
Yep.
What are the odds? You know, we just fire this up and...
Yep, 9:35. It's now 9:37, but the video was something really close to my one camera. I couldn't tell what it was. I request videos on like every picture I get.
There's been quite a few bears around this year.
Yeah.
It's pretty...
I've never got, not that I've ran a lot of trail cameras in the past, but
There's that word again.
the ones I'm running, I just like to say running now.
Running.
So yeah, the Edge 3s.
I just
Moultrie.
got 2 of those in the mail that I have not put batteries or
Yep.
set up yet. But now we got those battery packs.
Yep. Got the rechargeable battery packs.
Pretty excited about those.
Mm-hmm. We went with the cheaper ones
Yeah.
because they were a really good price, and the bigger ones are like 3 times as much money. Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah. They probably last a lot longer, but so the ones that I put 16 lithium, I think they're Energizer, the Ultimate Lithium or whatever.
Expensive batteries.
Yeah, but they've been out for, I'd have to look, a month, 2 months or something. They're still at 100%. And I have them
might
on,
be worth getting. I would do like the 200 pack of Amazon batteries, and they don't really last all that. I mean, not too bad, but
I used to have a place that I could get really cheap batteries from, but then I quit that job. And those batteries did not last long in the cameras.
yeah, I'm sure those are not the best quality.
You probably don't have any experience with those, so.
No, I don't. I've never used those personally.
But yeah, so I decided this year, I'm like, I'm just going to try lithium, see if it's all it's cracked up to be. So far,
Seems to be.
yeah.
So if you're wondering what batteries to get for your trail camera, I guess lithium's probably the way to go.
Yeah, the
Because I think
Energizer,
I've
what I
been
got.
through 2 sets per camera now on just regular batteries, the alkaline.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, they didn't last
it's
for
only
crap.
been since like August. I think I put cameras out maybe late July.
Yeah. Late July is a good song, Shaky Graves.
I don't
Go
think
on
I've
YouTube
ever
and
heard
find it. Shaky Graves. It's pretty
My
cool. It's
birthday's in late July, so
Yeah, so is Alex's.
pretty-
Yeah, you're
Same day,
You're
right?
exactly the same age as Alex. Yep.
My dad's birthday is the same day too.
Oh yeah, Byron. I forgot that. Yep. So yeah, I guess we'll talk a little bit about what's been going on in our seasons.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Wait,
Not
another
much,
picture.
I don't think for
Oh.
me.
I got the Cubs this time.
Oh, it's got cubs.
Yep. So
So it's a sow.
well, the one I've been getting, I believe, is a boar.
Yeah, because he's thick
Yeah.
with 3 C's.
Yes. triple C thick. The first picture I got was Saturday night. I hunted by myself Saturday night up in this hemlock, and I won't go into too much detail because my family listens to this and prefer me to hunt safely. So it's this hang-on stand that Uncle Ray put in a hemlock. It's right on the path that goes to the Lucky Duck, our rifle stand. And he put a grapevine rope scrape up. And so Dad shot that buck. I'll tell Dad's story, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll
let's
start
go
at the
into
beginning here.
Keith's tale here.
Yep. So I hunted Saturday morning. Did I? Yes, I hunted Saturday morning. Where the heck did I hunt? Me and Nolan went to our friend's 2-man ladder stand. That's what we did. Didn't see anything. Dad texted us. It was like 8:45 or something. He's like, "Hey, I got a buck hit it low." Said he bedded down 50 yards from me. Got back up, bedded down 2 more times, and then went out of sight. I said, "All right, what are you gonna do?" He said, "I'm just gonna stay up here for another hour." He shot it at 8. He said, "I'm just gonna stay up here for another hour. I'll get out of here quiet. Look at my arrow, see if I can see what it looks like." So me and Nolan hunted till like 11, I think. We stayed in the stand for quite a while. And
Yeah, because I got down at 10. You guys were still out.
We got down. I had taken one of them ropes. I wanted to put a rope scrape up back in there in that piece. And I got down on the bottom. There's a trail that comes in off the field. And it just seems like my brother's got a pole stand that he built. I think he was a senior in high school. And he's old as crap now. So
It's been a while.
like deer travel through there a lot. So I was like, I'm going to put one of them rope scrapes up. Put one of them edge 3s on that. So we did that. Walked out. Went home. Hadn't heard anything from Dad, so we asked. And I had to come to no, it wasn't 11, because I had to open the shop.
Oh, I thought you were out later than me.
So did I. Was that Sunday? Yeah, we hunted late yesterday.
Okay.
That's what it was, because we didn't have anything going on until Nolan's baseball lessons.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So Saturday, we went to the 2-man ladder, I think, Saturday. No, I hunted by myself Saturday. I don't know which way
It all
up
just
at this
blends
point.
together.
Anyway, at one point, somebody was hunting, me or Nolan, somewhere Saturday morning.
And your dad shot.
Dad shot a buck. We waited, and Alex went to Port Farms with a friend. So that night I was going to hunt by myself. And so Dad's like, "Hey, at whatever time," I had to come open the shop. So at like noon, I was checking somebody out, and I felt my phone go off, and it was the rope scrape thing camera. And I seen it was a deer. I just hit request, put my phone back in my pocket. Closed the shop at 1. I just hung out here for a while doing some stuff, and it was like 1:30, 1:45. I was like, "Oh crap, I got that video." I was like, "Oh, I'll go look at it." And Dad had sent me a trail cam picture of the buck that he thought he'd hit. I'm looking at it. I'm like, "Man, that thing doesn't look good." And I was like, "Wait a minute." The left side was real weird looking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Holy crap, that's Dad's buck." So I looked, and it was his left side that was facing the camera. He stood there the whole video. He was just standing there. His mouth was open. I sent it to you. He was like
panting.
He was in rough shape. But I sent it to you, and like me and you both were like, that does not look like a bad shot.
No,
the exit was like still above the bottom,
Yeah.
It was, it
was
couple
like
inches
a
up.
smidge low,
Yeah.
but not.
To me,
It's a heart shot to me. Like,
yeah, and he was
looking at the video.
Yeah, it looked like a great shot. He was in a hang-on stand with a 20-foot ladder 6, so he's probably 18, 19 feet. And, I mean, at that angle, I would think. I know Dad doesn't shoot over 25 yards or whatever. He had his compound, the Matthews I sold
The
him.
old Triax.
Yep. No.
Or no,
He got the
he
Lift
got
X.
the Lift X
Yeah.
now. Yes, that's right. I remember you had his Triax for the video league.
Yeah, yep. And Nolan had built him some arrows. So when I told Nolan he shot a buck, he's like, "Was he using my arrows?" I'm like, "I'll ask him." Well, Dad didn't feel like sighting his bow back in the middle of the season, so he wasn't using those. But anyway, so I found out today, I didn't get the whole story from him. He shot first and missed.
Oh.
Yeah, he was telling somebody, they were in here today, and he was telling a guy the story, and I was doing something. I was like,
Hey, wait a minute.
I didn't know he shot twice. So I texted him. He's like, "Yep." He said, "Thank God I'm part of the Quiver On crew."
Absolutely.
Yep. He said that buck came in from the field. He said it was quartering away hard, and he's like, "I thought I could sneak it in there." He said, "I shot right underneath him." He said he jumped like three deer lengths. He said never even looked back. He went back to eating acorns. He's like, "I'm part of the Quiver On crew." So he said I grabbed another arrow and shot him again.
Quick reload.
Yep. He said he hit him, and he kind of did a little loop. So he came back, and he was standing there. I forget how far. He said 35, 40 yards. He's like, so I grabbed another arrow, had it knocked, and at full draw, ready to shoot again. He bedded down. That's when he bedded down. So yeah, so I get my phone back out and I'm looking. I'm like, holy crap, that's Dad's buck. So I called him. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, I'm at the bank with Mom. I said, I'm pretty sure I just got your buck on video. He's like, for real? I'm like, yeah. I said, I'm 99.9% sure it's your buck. He said, well, send it to me. He's like, what's he doing? I said, just standing there, struggling to breathe, it looks like. He's like, ah, crap. I said, the shot doesn't look bad. I said, like, I feel like it should be dead. He's like, well, should be. Like, yeah. And he, like, the video ends before he moves. And so he looked at it. He's like, yeah, that's my buck. So he waited for a while longer, and I hung out at the shop for a little while. It was like 2 or 2:30, I think. He's like, hey, we're going to head back in. I'm like, all right, I'll head that way. So I went home, got the side-by-side, went over, and they were on the blood tracking. I met up with
Was there much blood?
Not much. It started out decent blood, trackable blood. Mm-hmm. By the time I got there, we were struggling to find, it was a spot here, a spot on a tree.
Yeah.
And finally I was like, guys, the camera was, as the crow flies, 175 yards from where we were at that point. But he was heading this way, away from the stand. The camera was this way. So, I mean, he had to make a big loop. I'm like, going at this rate, we're going to be tracking for a long time. I said, we know.
Right to the camera.
Yeah, we know he was at the camera. So me and Doug were like, let's just go there. So we did that. And I just walked straight to it. And like I was looking at the video and looking at the ground. Like he was standing right here. And me and Doug looked for 15 minutes. We got there, didn't see anything. So Dad, Uncle Ray, and Mike they were just kind of milling around. Dad had his crossbow. Uncle Ray had his crossbow. They both still have tags. So that's all good.
Perfectly legal.
Yes. They were just kind of milling around. Me and Doug were just BSing there, looking for, I was looking the entire time, never found a spot of anything right where he was standing.
Weird. He stood there for
it's a 15-second video, and you can tell at the beginning of the video he had just stopped, obviously, because the camera went off. So I don't know how long he stood there. We're just standing there talking. All of a sudden, Uncle Ray hoots at us, and that's our woods signal, a hoot. And me and Doug turn around. He's over there with his crossbow. We're like, holy crap. So I immediately get my phone out because I'm like, if this thing jumps up, this is good. I need to get this on video. So I'm videoing Uncle Ray's. He's like, signaling for my dad. He's like, come over here. Well, I could see the body of the deer. He was like 75 yards from the camera, maybe 100. And Uncle Ray gets up to it, and it was dead. And we moved. It was stiff, so he had to have went from the camera right over there, laid down. Like you could tell, he laid down, and there was blood on both sides of where he was laying. And yeah, So I don't think he. I mean, obviously that video was 4 hours after he'd shot it, but I'm pretty sure he went and died.
It was probably within the hour that you got the video.
Because it was about 2.5, 3 hours after that we found him. And I mean, he was already pretty stiff. That's it. He was still warm inside and everything. But we definitely wouldn't have found him in time to, salvage the meat if we wouldn't have had that camera right there.
Oh yeah, you guys would have been hours getting to that point with little
if not
blood.
Just happening upon him, going in to hunt one of these days, in a week or two or whatever.
Good thing you had that camera there.
Yeah, it was just kind of cool. But yeah, so we got that. Uncle Ray and Mike left. They went hunting. And so I went and got the side-by-side. We got him out of there. And I'm like, I'm going to go back and hunt. I said, I don't know where to go now. Because we were just, I was planning on hunting that rope scrape thing camera that we gutted him right by. And because about 50 yards from the camera, I get pictures all the time of deer crossing up there. So I'm like, I want to go up there so I can see the scrape and see this trail where they're always traveling. I was like, we just trap, I don't want to go in there. So I went to that hemlock stand. I forgot that Uncle Ray likes to hang his stands in pretty precarious situations. So I parked.
I applaud him for that. He's a lot like I am then.
Yeah, I mean, he can hang a stand, man. It's in this hemlock tree, and the ladder sticks go up, like the tree's leaning, and then you got to climb up a couple more branches to get to the stand. So I was kind of planning on saddle hunting that night. So I was in a hurry because, it took a little while to get the deer gutted and everything. And I got to the side-by-side. I drove about halfway down into the woods. I'm standing there. I'm like, I'm not going to take my saddle. I get to hang on. Uncle Ray's he hunts with a crossbow. He's got to have a bow rope. Yeah, and he doesn't, we talked on the last
stuff.
Yeah, we talked on the last podcast. He doesn't like screwing hooks. So he's always got strap-on hooks at all of his stands. So I'm like, he's got to have a bow hanger and a bow rope. I'm not going to take any of that. So I'm back in there, got to the tree. I sprayed some of that Border Patrol from Rubline on that grapevine and stuff, and some fresh scrape down on the ground and stuff, and climbed up into the tree. Well, I got to the bottom of the tree. I'm like, oh, no bow rope. Cool. Which I normally carry my bow up a tree anyway.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Then I get up there and I see that I got to climb 2 more branches. I'm like, all right, well, I'll just reach up and hang this. And I'm like, okay, no bow hanger.
Oh, no.
So I had the Matthew, so it's got the limb legs on it. So I got up there and I like reached around, set it on the platform of the stand.
Try not to shake the tree around too much.
Climbed real gingerly into the stand, and I got it like between my feet, so I'm trying to get my backpack off and hang it. I had to like take it apart and put it around a branch. It was a whole thing. And then I was like, I'm gonna rattle a little bit. I'd taken some of them what are they called? The black rack, yeah. I had to dig them out of the backpack, and I had it hung up there in such a way that if I put too much pressure, it was going to fall. And I didn't want to knock my bow out of the tree stand. I'm like holding the bow between my feet and like trying to get in the pack. Then I get them out, and I had one of those model stretchy things that I have. I'm like, well, I need to put something between these two so I can hang them. Well, that thing is so short that I like wrapped it around the 2 of them that I was like, I could only move them about this far to rattle. Then I had to like try to get them around another branch. I'm like, this is not ideal. So anyway, I seen a little doe, and that's all I seen. That was it. And I get a picture later that night, about 2 hours later, 200 yards of that real nice bear. I'm like, son of a... It was after dark, so I probably wouldn't have seen him anyway, but I was like, oh, man.
That's probably why you don't see many deers, because you got bears running around in there. And
but he was
kind of what I was wondering about where I'm hunting and not seeing anything is because I saw bears in there. And
yeah, and that video, that bear was heading right to the gut pile. And then the next night, I got 2 videos of him. It was like he did a lap, because I'm 99% sure it was the same bear. And it was 10 minutes later, and I was like, maybe it sent me the picture twice. But you can tell.
It almost looked like the same video, but but
if you looked real close, it was a little bit different. But yeah, and then I just see what these videos are. Those cubs. That night that I got the video of that bear, Uncle Ray was across the road and had a sow and 4 cubs in front of him.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is archery bear season right now. It started on the 18th. I believe it goes to the 25th. The 23rd through the 25th is the the muzzleloader season for bear.
This weekend coming up, everybody, is the youth doe season, doe season.
The rifle hunt for youths.
Yep. Yeah, this is just 2 cubs. This one's going right to that gut pile. Just kind of meandering along.
Moseying along.
Then this one's his little brother or sister trying to catch up. I wonder if Mama comes into the picture.
Says, wait for me.
Oh.
Yep.
That's another cub.
That's another cub.
Mama, where?
Nope, 3 cubs. Mama must be not far, but not there.
Maybe she's already at the gut pile.
It was probably similar situation with the 2 that I saw. They were cubs that were probably just getting ready to get sent off on their own. They were a little over 100 pounds, I would say, by looking at them. And then they were out in front, of course, and Mom was hanging out in the back. And I never saw her, but I could hear her crunching through the brush.
Yeah.
She sounded like a freight train going through the woods. I was like, what?
Yeah, you sent us that video that night, and you said, biggest black squirrels I've ever seen. And I'm a jerk, so I didn't even watch the video. And the next day we were texting. I think it was me, you, and Ryan, wasn't it? You said something about the bears. I'm like, what bears? You're like, the video. I was like,
I sent you a video.
Oh, yeah, I got to admit, I didn't watch that. Because I had seen like 8,000 black squirrels that weekend, so I didn't want to watch a video of.
I always watch your videos.
I know. I admit it. I was a jerk, and that will never happen again, so I'm sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you this time.
Okay. So, that was... What else happened? I don't think me and Nolan, we went out. We went into Lucky Duck yesterday morning. I told him, I said, hey, you don't have a bear tag. I do. I said, if one of them bears comes by, I'm grabbing your raven. And I said, I'm shooting. He's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Go ahead. So I'm glad that he wasn't like, oh, but he'd get a kick out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't see it.
He would love that if you shot a bear with him there.
It'd be so
That'd
cool,
be so
dude.
cool.
He's like, how far away are you going to shoot a bear? I'm like, if it's clear, I might send one at about 70 yards if it's a bear.
If it's a clear shot.
Yes. He's like, oh, yeah, cool. I don't know if I would have, but I very well.
It would have been tempting.
Yeah, It would have been
I would
tempting.
be tempted at a bear. I mean, it's different with a bear. They're a nuisance animal anyway. They're a
they're
giant
just vermin.
raccoon. Yeah.
But that would have been. We didn't even end up seeing a deer, so didn't have to worry about a bear.
Well, right now your odds are pretty good at seeing a bear. I mean,
I'm
there's
starting to
plenty
think
of them
better
around.
than a deer at this point.
Yeah.
So, how'd your weekend go?
It went good. I hunted quite a bit. I think Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, and then I wasn't going to go out Sunday night because it was raining substantially. But then it started slowing down, and temperature was starting to drop pretty good. So I was like, got the best of me. So I had to go out, but it was still raining. So I improvised a shack sit, and I see why people do that. I was extremely comfortable. We got like office chairs in there, so I didn't even wear any of my hunting clothes. I
was going to bring up. Are you going to explain? Are you going to tell us what you were wearing in the picture you sent?
Pretty much all I brought was my bow, my binoculars, and my rangefinder. And I had base layer pants on underneath my sweatpants, and I had a sweatshirt on. And then I have these Hey Dudes that are winter equipped with like fur in them. So I wore those.
The boots with the fur.
Yeah. So I was all kicked back in the office chair.
Did you
with
drive
my
the truck
feet
right
up.
back to it?
No, I rode my e-bike
okay.
right back, and I got a little wet on the way in, but not too bad. And I opened the shack, and and we just redid that thing like maybe 2 summers ago or something like that. And we made a thing tight, and there was more mouse poop in there.
Was there?
Yeah. Oh man, it was everywhere. There was the whole floor was coated in it, and the office chairs are mouse poop all over them. I'm in there scraping the mouse poop off with some old hand warmers that were left up in there. I haven't sat in that thing in a long time, so it was kind of nice. I just kicked back, I put my feet up, and I sat there, and I ended up seeing a lot of deer. I saw like 15 doe. They were all small, and then 5 little bucks come out. And the one little buck, he was legal, but he wasn't.
He was a Kyle buck, not a Nevin
He had
buck.
like 2-inch G2s, and
that's
like
exactly what I'm looking for.
1-inch G3s. And he did have little brow tines and just a little tight rack on them, but.
So you need to get those out of the gene pool. That's why I like to shoot those ones.
I figured I'd let them go till, somebody else shoots them, one of the neighbors or something. But and then hunted tonight. It was eventful. I had 2 adult doe and a young doe come in fairly early, and they were there all night. And of course, the oldest one, she came in and she tried to make like a loop in front of, like way out in front of me, because I think she went by the last time I sat in this stand, and she got to a point and she winded me a little bit. She didn't blow or anything like that, but you could tell she caught a whiff of something.
Yeah.
So this time when she come in, she got right to the edge of the brush and then tried to loop out around me. Well, then for some reason or another, she come back in and she stood there and she was trying everything she could do to bust me. And this was like she knew something was up, but she had no clue what it was. I don't know if like the wind swirled and she caught a little whiff and she come back in. Well, it wasn't long. The other one come in with her, and then the little one come behind her. But they tried to pick me out for hours, and I just stood there, and I had to be as still as I possibly could be. And then after a little bit, I heard something behind me, but I couldn't like snap to look real quick, because she was right there, and she almost got shot. If she would have blown or something, it would have been game over for her. But I don't appreciate that.
No reason to screw up a guy's hunt.
No, absolutely not. I'm not there for her. She can just go on about her business until flintlock season. Then she better watch out.
Yeah.
But I heard something behind me which drew her attention off of me, which was nice. So I slowly turned and looked, and he was like a decent buck, but he was not legal. somebody may have been able to lengthen the 1 point on him to make him legal, but it wasn't me. But he come in. There's a trail that comes from behind me, and it's basically a clear cut. I mean, it is so grown up back there. It's ridiculous, so thick. So he came through that, and he come right underneath me, and I had my bike laid on its side, directly at the base of my tree.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of brush right there, so it blends in well. He was within 3 feet of the bike. He never even like stopped and looked at it.
Really?
He just stood there and he fed around there for a little bit, and then he eventually went, and I thought he was going to run them does off, so I was like excited, but he pushed one around for a little bit, and then he just started feeding, and then he eventually came back and ran them off, but it was almost dark at that point, and they had been there since like 5.
You must have the deer dander sprayed on that bike for him, not the...
Actually, it was probably on the pedals. I put it on my boots the one day, so yeah, they were probably... He probably didn't even think anything of it.
Nope.
Just another deer.
That little doe I seen Saturday night, I know she was a young doe, but I sprayed that deer dander. I always spray it on my boots before I walk in. And she walked the same exact path, right, almost step for step where I walked. Got to the base of the tree, and she was just she was eating acorns, just popping acorns, looking around.
Worked good for covering your scent on the way in.
Yeah.
That's why I ride the e-bike, is because it doesn't leave my...
Yeah. I also had the extra tough, the rubber boots. They can't smell rubber boots.
That's right. I wore mine the other night, and they do not go well with gaffs.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't imagine so. Yeah.
It was a little nerve-wracking.
I've hunted almost every time I've been out in the extra toughs.
I will in my hang-on stand with the actual sticks, but the gaffs were... It was almost a problem at one point. Especially the tree I was in. It was a leaner, and it wasn't real big, and it was just it was kind of a hassle climbing down.
I can imagine.
Getting up there wasn't too bad, but climbing down was a different story, because when I put them on in the stand, it's hard to get them as tight as you do when you're on the ground, so they were kind of sliding around a little bit.
Yep.
But that was a good hunt, too, that night. I saw a bunch of does, and I think 2 small bucks. That's pretty much been the story of my entire archery season so far, is just does and small bucks.
You've seen buck in the wood? Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
3. Well, I think the 2... were the same buck. They were that one I saw when I was sitting in the shack, that real small 8-point. I seen him one night, and it was too dark to shoot, which I wouldn't have shot him anyway, but I got the binoculars up and looked at him, and I could tell, what he had on his head, because I thought for sure it was going to be the big one. I was like getting ready to get down, and I hear footsteps coming towards me, and I'm like, oh, there he is. It's got to be, because it's too dark to shoot. So I seen a silhouette coming, so I pulled the binoculars up, and thank God it was just a little guy. So I just got down, and he took off. I don't worry so much about that.
I think I've said before, when me and Alex were dating and stuff, I don't like the dark. Well, it never failed. She loves scary movies. I hate them. Well, when we were dating, of course, I was.
Yeah, I like scary movies.
She knew I didn't like them, but it never failed. The week before archery season, she somehow conned me into watching a scary movie every year, and then I was terrified every time I was in the woods. Well, this year we didn't watch any scary movies, but Nolan's Halloween costume this year is Pennywise.
Ah,
the clown from
so
It.
now you see his face in every tree when you're walking in.
Well, yeah, because the little doo-doo heads and their mother think it's funny to watch my location on the phone and get dressed up in the Pennywise costume and scare me in the house. And they've gotten me good a couple times. And the other day, I got Nolan. I put the mask on. I was standing in our closet. And Alex had him come up. He doesn't think it's funny when he gets scared by the Pennywise costume. Yeah.
Not such a good joke when he's the butt of it.
See, when I was walking out of the woods the other day, of course, I forgot my headlamp, so I just had my iPhone flashlight. I'm like, expecting them to somehow be in the woods trying to scare me with the Pennywise costume.
Jump out from out a tree.
Now there's all them bears. I'm gonna have the pistol on me, so they better not try to scare me.
Oh yeah, that could end up pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had much of a problem in the dark. I just head down, keep walking.
I try that. About 30 seconds in, I'm like, I know there's a monster behind that tree looking at me right now.
It's like I told Dustin the other day because I'd seen them bears or whatever, and cubs with mama around. It's it could get bad quickly.
Yeah.
I was like, she'd probably get she's definitely going to kill me, but she might die later from her wounds. You know? Because I'm going to have an arrow out if something's coming, and I'll be stabbing away.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that. I just showed you that battle belt. I got the Kafaru battle belt and stuff with my M&P on it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make that put all my hunting crap in there.
Stuff in there.
Yeah,
definitely be good to have, especially now we've verified that you have cubs running around where you hunt too. That means Mama's right there.
Yep, I'll shoot her in her face. I don't care.
Oh yeah,
in self-defense, absolutely. She comes at me.
I mean, if it comes down to it, and it's either me or her, I'm going to try and make it her.
Yeah. She tries to kill me. I might get one of her cubs just to prove a point beforehand. I'm joking, everybody. I don't want to kill a cub. Did you see that? I seen on Instagram a couple weeks ago, that polar bear.
Oh, yeah, in the tent?
In the tent, dude. It looked like 3 dudes.
Yeah, they were sleeping in a tent, and the thing came in the tent with them.
Yeah, and it was laying there dead, freaking blood everywhere. Can you imagine?
And polar bears are huge, too. I mean, you're talking 10, 11 feet tall. Like,
yeah.
Imagine waking up to that.
I'm sure there was a lot of blood and dirty pants.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure there wasn't quite the smell in that tent afterwards.
Yeah. Good Lord, that'd be terrifying.
Yeah, that would be absolutely horrible. Mm-hmm. Definitely one of my top 3 ways that I don't want to die is being eaten by something.
Yeah, mountain lions probably scare me the most because they're like cats and they like to rip you open while you're still alive with their back feet.
Yeah, they don't wait to start, tearing you apart after they kill you. They're tearing you apart immediately.
Yeah, they freak me out. But anyway, so our seasons have not been super eventful. No shots fired yet.
No shots fired, but it is disappointing as far as like what I've got. I've got a few trail cameras out, and I haven't gotten much on those recently. And just the lack of seeing nice deer or legal deer, hasn't been that great. But it's still archery hunting, still in the woods, enjoying yourself, peace and quiet.
Yep. A couple years ago, as everybody knows, I've been on a real drought for archery season, killing anything in archery. And up until about 2 or 3 years ago, I'd come home and I'd be all ticked off, and Alex would be like, "Well, how'd it go?" I'm like, "It's freaking bullcrap. This is not fun."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Why are you even going out? You come home ticked off every single night. You go hunting, you're away from." She's not upset that I go hunting by any means, but she's like, it's not even worth it. You're ticked off when you come home. I'm like, she's got a point.
I got to work on that too. I get frustrated. I bring it home, and you can, I try not to act any different, but you can tell that it's just a stressful time for me, and I need to work on that. But
last year and this year, I've turned it around, especially this year with Nolan in the woods. You've probably seen the video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, man.
You guys are out there having a blast.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that. But right now, Nolan being 5, he's, still pretty rambunctious. I don't think we'd see much, and I think he'd get bored with it rather quickly. So
Alex and Nolan brought me dinner tonight. We were talking. Alex like, "Is Nevin taking Nolan out in the woods?" I'm like, she's like, "What?" I'm like, "No, he hasn't taken him out in the woods."
Yeah, no. He asked me the other day because he's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm getting ready to go hunting. He's like, "You going hunting for deer?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm going hunting for deer." And he goes, "Can I come?" And I'm like, "Maybe next year, buddy." But I was like, right now, I don't think we're going to see anything if you're out there with me.
Yeah. So I took Nolan. He was probably about Nolan's age. I took him the one day, and I just want to take him out. I'm like, "Hey, I'm going to take you out." I said, "You get to pick where we sit. We're just going to sit on the ground." I said, just pick somewhere in a brush and we'll sit down. And we went out. He picked this little, it was actually a decent spot tucked back in this little brush off the edge of a 4-wheeler trail. We're sitting there just, talking. He never shuts up. He never has. He didn't back then. He still doesn't. So we're talking. I look over and like 15 yards, this little 8-point stand. He was about like your buck tonight. Mm-hmm. Probably not as big, but like he had a nub, and I'm like, Nolan.
You're like trying to lengthen it with your eyes. Like,
if Nolan wouldn't have been with me, maybe I could have talked myself into it. But I'm like, Nolan's with me. If it's not long enough, like it was definitely a point, but I just wasn't sure if it was a full inch.
Right.
And I was like, Nolan, there's a deer. He's like, what? He's like, shoot it, Daddy, shoot it. I'm like, no. Like it's like right here. Has no idea we're there. Finally, kind of looks over at us. Finally, I'm like, Nolan, shut up. And he kind of walks away.
There's a deer right there.
Deer finally left. I'm like, Nolan, I'm really sorry I told you to shut up. Shouldn't have said that. But you cannot talk with there's a deer that close.
They're going to run away very quickly.
But, yeah, so it was kind of fun to just take him out. It was kind of just an F-off night in the woods. Just take him out for fun. But
type thing.
The downfall was then he expected to go with me all the time, which that's kind of the...
And like once you take him once and he has a good time doing it, if you see things and, make it interesting for him, then he's going to be like extremely disappointed when you're like, no, not tonight. And, it's like... Ugh.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying not to get him out there too early. That way it's not like a heartbreak every time I leave the house without him now.
Yeah.
He just thinks of it as like, okay, Dad's going hunting, not I can go with him.
Yeah. Yeah, and I waited a little longer than some other people with Nolan, because I know there's some people that they had their 5-year-old out there in rifle season and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? It's just if he blows a leg off of a deer and we can't find it, I don't want it to ruin.
Yeah. Like, it could become like a traumatic experience for him, or if he spines one. And we all know the noises that deer make when they're shot in the spine. And it's not, it's not a great time.
Yeah. It's a kind of a pros and cons thing. It's a pro that...
it's not going anywhere.
It's there. The in-between of the spinal shot and the expiration is not very fun.
No, it does not go well. They're not having a good time. You're usually not, it's not a good time. You feel terrible.
That big one, I spined him, and he was doing his thing, and I knocked another arrow. Quiver on. Knocked another arrow and put it right dead center through the heart while he was there flopping. I was really proud of myself.
That's
Matthews LX. Full metal jackets and Rage. I had the 3-blade chisel tip. That arrow's right across its horns there.
Good combination. Yeah, that's just the big one I spined here a few years ago. I thank God I had my quiver on, because I had to do 3 shots. One to hit him in the spine. He was flailing around pretty good. He was a big, powerful deer, and he was scooting himself along pretty good. And of course, he's bouncing up and down trying to go. And I tried to get the second shot in on him, and I shot right over his back. He bobbed and I weaved, and it just didn't connect. And then knocked a third arrow, and he had gotten behind a cedar tree, and I could not see him at all. And I felt horrible. I'm like, well, I got to get another arrow in this thing. Well, I caught movement. It was his back foot. And I was like, okay, that's his foot. His body's got to be like right there. And I just shot, I put one through the cedar tree, and I ended up hitting him.
Nice.
So it was like, I did connect, and it did finish him off. It was good enough for that. So I didn't hear any flailing around or anything anymore after that. So it was fairly quick, but it still felt terrible.
Yeah.
And it happens to everybody eventually. The worst is a doe. The buck, he didn't really make any sounds. But the sounds is what... And that could ruin a kid real quick. They don't want to hear that. It makes them feel terrible, and they don't understand, accidents happen. It's like, is this what it is every time?
Yeah.
I don't want to do this,
Yep. I have been getting more and more Snapchats from people with their quiver on.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We might be starting a revolution here.
Yeah, it seems like
Quiver on.
like the hashtag Quiver On crew might be taking off.
All right.
Because I've gotten that from a few people. So yeah, if you got your Quiver On, hashtag Quiver On crew.
Good on you.
We still got some stickers in here.
Oh yeah, I have some too. So if you come to me personally, I might be able to give you one as long as my truck's nearby.
Yeah, the old taco.
The new taco.
The freshly patched frame taco.
Yes.
That was a good deal you got.
Yeah, I was extremely happy with it.
And that truck is freaking sweet, dude.
I love it. It's the best thing ever. It's got the pappy cap on it now since I'm an old man.
I'm a huge fan of the cap.
I love caps,
the cap.
and I've always been a fan of the caps, but unfortunately people make fun of you even though it's super handy. Like
They know it's right.
yeah.
They just don't want to admit it.
Like I got a shelf, and then I got a cover for the shelf if it's like raining, tailgate, and then you got the lid for the cap, the back window or whatever protects all your stuff. And you lay it out, and I got all my hunting stuff. I pull it out, put it on, and I'm off to the races. It's like, and I can lock it. Can't lock a tonneau cover. Somebody can cut that thing right open and steal all your stuff. But
Yeah, I got that trifold one, the backflip I got from Derek over there. That thing, I feel pretty secure with it. I'm sure somebody could get a crowbar. Maybe I shouldn't tell them how to get in.
yeah, let's.
And there's never anything in the bed of my truck.
You're not going to get
no
a crowbar.
sense.
Yeah, you're not going to get a crowbar in there either. So.
There's really no sense in breaking into the Jeep because there's never anything in the bed.
Nothing in it.
I
don't have anything too expensive in there. So.
I'm a very clean, organized fellow, as everybody can see. This freaking workbench, I clean it off. I try to clean it off about every night, make it look good. And I open at 10, so about 10:15, it looks like a bomb went off again.
Back to clutter.
But my tools are always in very, very organized. It's just the rest of it is.
Yeah, and that, it comes with the territory, I think. Because you're pretty busy right now, and, like, you start on one thing, you set it there because somebody else walks in, and then, like, it just stuff gathers, and it's pretty easy to get a mess go.
Yep. Oh, that, you guys saw that one real tall fella on the Facebook page. He's the boss of the bridge crew over here. He came in and bought a Matthews from me, and he called me up. So I sold him the Storm arrow. He was brand new to archery, wanted to get into it. So he said, what kind of arrow should I get? I said, well, since you're so new, you're going to lose arrows. I lose arrows. So I'm going to sell you these Storms. They're the cheapest thing I got. So he called me, I forget what day it was last week, Monday or Tuesday maybe. He said, hey, you sold me these arrows. He said, I'm going to get out hunting now. He said, I need you to make me some hunting arrows. I'm like, all right, heck yeah. I'm like, what do you want? He said, I don't know. I'm like, all right. He said, you know what you're doing. Just pick me something. I'm like, well, you want to be a little bit heavier? Do you want to be lighter? He said, I don't know. I'm like, okay, well.
We'll go in between.
Yeah, I said, well, how about the Easton 5.0s? Yeah, that's what I did for him. I said, they're lighter GPI, still keeps him speed, and he's a giant, so his arrows were full length. So I gave him a 300 spine, I believe. 100-gram point, and I said, do you want, like, wraps and veins and stuff, making it look cool? He said, yeah, sure. I said, all right. What's your favorite color? He said, I don't know. I'm like, well, you got to have some sort of theme. He's like, listen, man.
Like a preference.
He's like, listen, man, just make something. He said, I don't care what it is. Make something. He said, my brother will be up to pick him up tomorrow. I'm like, all right. So I love when people say that because I love making.
Get creative.
Yes,
now.
I love making arrows. So from the boutique, I'd gotten those Race Hell Praise Dale ones. So I made them with the Dale Earnhardt, and I put 4 fletch. I did 2 whites, a black, and a red. Dude, they came out so sweet.
Oh, that would be cool.
They were awesome. Some of my favorite
pictures of them.
I think I did
because I'd really like to see them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. So his brother came to pick him up the next day. He came early. I didn't know he was going to come so early. I'm like, hey, they're not quite done yet. I said, I'm still working on them. He's like, all right, that's fine. I was like, what time are you guys done over there on the job? I said, you can start. He said, I'm done when you're done. I'm like, crap. I said, we'll come back in 2 hours. I said, they'll be done. I said, oh, by the way, are you guys NASCAR fans? He said, I know I'm not. I don't think he is. I'm like, crap. He's like, why? Well, I made these funny arrows up. I was hoping you guys were NASCAR fans. But so he only wanted.
But everybody knows who Dale Earnhardt is. So it's like
he only wanted 3. And he bought that Matthews. He had the low pro quick detach quiver. and I got the OCD a little bit. Alex calls it the tism. You can't have a mismatched quiver.
No.
Especially with a brand new Lift XD. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw in 2 free arrows for him. So I made him up 5 arrows. And I talked to him the next day. He was really happy with them. So
Awesome.
hopefully he gets to kill something with them.
Yeah, I hope so. Good luck to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're doing better than I am right now.
Well, not really. I'll tell you later. But super cool dude. The bridge crew over there is doing awesome. They're supposed to be done. Last week they said 2 weeks. So hopefully it's going to be done here pretty quick.
That's awesome. 'Cause that is kind of a pain not being
Little bit.
And I get it. It takes time, but
yeah,
it's kind of a pain.
It was funny though. He was in here Saturday. Something happened. Little mishap. All good. He was in here and there was 2 other guys. One was your neighbor, Mark, who works for Lindy, I think.
Lindy Pay, yeah.
Yeah, and him and another guy were talking. They're like, what's going on with the bridge over here? I'm like, I think they're supposed to be done like a week or 2. I looked at him and he's kind of like just looking around. I said, that crew over there is doing a freaking good job though, right? They're like, I don't know. I said, I think they're doing awesome. And he's like, they're over there working on a Saturday, so I think they're doing pretty good. And they looked at him. I'm like, he's the boss over there. Yeah, he's a super cool dude. And his brother seemed cool too.
That's good. There seems to be a lot of good people in archery.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. So, still happy with your setup? Everything
Yeah.
you're using it? Everything you're running this year?
Absolutely. I hadn't shot my bow in a while since archery season started. I have been a little lax on that. So this morning I got done working out a little bit earlier. So I decided I was going to shoot a few times. So I got out of my truck and I got a few arrows with field points on them. Shot 3. Touching shafts at 20 yards. I was like,
Love touching shafts.
it's the best. So then I got one with my practice broadhead on it, and I put the broadhead target down there, and I got to shoot it lengthways, or else that thing's going to blow right through it because it's 314 feet per second. It's
freaking
cooking. Awesome. so I got to put it lengthways because it's a rectangle target. So I spray painted a little dot on there. I shot one, hit right in the center of the little dot, pulled out, and I went, shot it again, and I hit the exact same hole,
Nice.
and I was like, okay, we're done.
I can't wait.
We're good.
I can't wait for you to, knock on wood, kill someone with those beast broadheads.
Hopefully soon. It seems to be, we got this little cold front, after a couple warm days, this little cold front after all that rain.
It was cold this evening. I went out there.
Things seem like it's kind of heating up a little bit. We had that a little bit older of a buck than I've been seeing tonight. He unfortunately was not legal, but he had some decent size to him for a 6-point, and good brows and stuff. But he's a little bit older of a deer, and he was out and about, kind of bumping the does around. So I think he's gonna start picking up here shortly. I'm really looking forward to it because this October lull thing that they always talk about seemed to have been in full effect for me. In years past, anywhere from like the 13th or 14th on, I've experienced some pretty good times. But this year, I was waiting for those days, and then
I've heard
I haven't been.
There's been a lot of people in here that swear by the 20th and after.
Yeah.
Today's the 20th.
Yeah,
so.
a lot of people do. I mean, last year I got back from North Carolina on like the, I don't even know, the 14th or 15th or something, and I hunted 3 times and I'm shooting a buck, but and a nice buck at that. But this year, and this is later than when I shot that. So, but I've actually grunted in some nice deer in the past. On like the 15th or the 16th because of a little cold front. So I think things are going to start looking up here pretty soon.
Yeah.
I'm praying.
Yep. I've gotten to, I think I said last week, I grunt all season.
Yeah.
I personally don't think it can hurt a whole lot.
I don't think it hurts anything.
Maybe sometimes it can, and then I started rattling this weekend because Jake Beck, we know Jake Beck, he killed a pretty nice buck.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, it wasn't huge, but it in my opinion, a respectable buck.
Absolutely.
And he said he rattled it in. Let me see if I can get the picture to show you. And I've heard 2 or 3 other people said they have rattled buck in.
So yesterday night, when I was sitting up in the shack, I had 2 small bucks out there sparring pretty good. You know, I could hear them, their antlers crashing and stuff. It was pretty cool. So yeah, they're playing around a little bit, and
There he is with all the boys.
oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jake.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Yeah, there's my boy Tucker, my man Ty, Hayden, and the whole crew.
The whole clan.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. I had no idea that he had gotten one. That's awesome.
Yep. Jake's my buddy. I love that dude.
Yeah, he's a good egg. But yeah, rattling right now, I think,
Yeah.
they're sparring and stuff, and, their curiosity gets the best of them. So
Yep.
I think that's all it ever is their curiosity and their want for, does.
I do have to clear something up now that we're talking about the kids. My niece and nephew Ben and Grace are very upset with me because I talked about Emma on the podcast with Doug.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I said Emma's kind of special to me because she's got this like wall she puts up. She doesn't like affection or anything like that. Like she'll give me hugs and stuff, But Grace and Ben, they've always given me hugs and love yous and everything. So no, kids, I still don't have a favorite. I love all of you perfectly equally.
There are no favorites.
But Grace
losing.
was my first niece, nephew ever. So she's also very special to me. I remember when my sister-in-law was pregnant with Grace. Dude, I was so excited. And we were going to college at the time down in Oil City, and Alex's dad and grandma came down to take us to dinner. And I was like, I think the waitress came over, and I even told her, like, I want to be an uncle. Like, this is crazy. And Alex's dad, Bob, at the time, he's like, God, this kid's so excited. You'd think he was having the baby. So, Grace, you're extremely special to me, and Ben is my only nephew. So
That's extremely special as well.
Yep. And then Ava, love you too. And Alligator, I love all of you. They're all awesome. And then all of my extended nieces and nephews and everybody I love. There's too many
Yeah, can't
too
name
many
them
kids
all.
that call me uncle that I can to name. So, yeah. I didn't mean to point anybody out and make anybody thought I have favorites, but
That happens.
Yeah.
You get into
We gotta have some of those-
storytelling and it's like,
we got to have some of those kids on, by the way. I think
I
it'll be
think
pretty fun.
I think some kids would be good on here.
And my mom and dad stopped today. She had a good idea. She's like, this was her words, not mine. She said, I think you ought to have an old man episode.
An old man effort.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I'm like, what? Explain. She's like, well, like your dad. And Dad's like Brian? She's like, no, Brian's not old enough. Dad looked at her. But she's like, your dad, Uncle Ray, Uncle Dale. I'm like, yeah, that probably would be pretty good.
Yeah, get an old timer
Yeah.
episode on here.
Me and you just sit here and all 3 of them can just tell stories. I bet it would go well over 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because there's a lot of stories there.
And they all have good stories, but Uncle Ray has good stories, and boy, is he a storyteller. Yeah, I think that would be a good one to have one of these days.
Yeah, I think so too. If we can get them to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other people we ask to be on here all the time, but don't have any interest in doing it.
We are going to do a post-Kansas episode.
Yes, for
I'd
sure.
like to have all you guys.
I would like to have a...
And that one might have to have the explicit E next to it.
Yeah, there might be something.
Yeah. What do you got? Pictures?
Yeah, I just got a nice buck. Oh, yeah.
Let me see it.
This is Kate's camera.
Okay. Kate's cam.
Very nice buck.
That is a very
Holy
nice
cow. There you go, Kate. When you're listening to this tomorrow, I'm sure you just saw that too if you're still awake.
That's a 10, isn't it?
It looks
Is
like
that
a 10.
G3 split?
It might be split. He's like a 10 or an 11.
Come on, zoom in, you stupid.
I think that's all farther it zooms in. I'll have to screenshot it and then
He's a big body,
zoom in.
too.
Yeah, that's a heck of a nice
Look
buck.
at the chest on him.
Her dad had an encounter tonight.
I'm going to turn it away from the camera so nobody can zoom in on
Yeah, we don't want to zoom in on it.
Yeah.
We want to give away location now. Her dad had an encounter with a nice heavy buck tonight. I'll have to ask him if it was that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I wasn't expecting that.
It's very cool. These trail cameras, like, as I've said, I've never run that many cameras. Boy, are they fun to run.
They are.
Yeah.
They are very fun to run.
Yeah, running cameras is a lot of fun.
I've been doing it for the cell cams. We did run regular cameras like during the summer.
I can't keep a straight face.
So we were running those, and it was like a nice little like getaway on like a Sunday. We'd go over and take my brother side by side, and we'd go and pull the cards and download all the pictures, and then go through all the pictures.
So you were running
just regular
SD cards back then.
Yeah. So I had like 20 SD cards that I just swap, and I'd pull and swap. We'd run like
that one just came natural.
We'd have like six cameras out there, and so it'd be like a nice little like couple hours on a Sunday. Me and Kate would go over there, and then when we had Nolan would come with us, and then Camden never got to experience that because we switched to cell cameras. So we don't have to go anywhere.
Those cell cam kids never got to experience running regular cameras. Yeah, so it's probably been about 4 or 5 years now. I've had cell cameras, and it is, dude. They're so
when
nice.
They're out, it drives you nuts though, because like I find myself waking up at like 2 a.m. and like grabbing my phone, do I make pictures? And then I go back to bed for another hour and 40 minutes. And I wake up, see if I have any more pictures, and then all day long, today was a rough one because I kept getting. Apparently the wind in Kansas is blowing really hard today because my one camera just kept going off going off. Luckily, I have the Moultrie Edge Pros out there, and you can
set up smart zones.
Yep. I have like the whole woods because it's like in a field and there's a woods line. I have the whole woods blocked off, and it was still sending me pictures, so I did the smart capture where it only sends you pictures of like deer, people, turkeys.
That's pretty accurate. If you when you look at if you swipe up on the picture, have you done that and it shows you like all the?
No, I have not done
that. If you go into your Moultrie app, so like looking at this video, if you swipe up like that.
Oh yeah.
It gives you your smart tags. It doesn't say bear on that one, but 39 degrees, waning crescent moon, upload time, the flash settings, the barometric pressure, latitude and longitude. I won't tell you those.
Yeah, don't get into that.
The little guy turned around at the end. Dude, bears are so cool. And on these devices, did you turn the on-demand on?
Yes.
Okay. Because you have to go into the settings and turn that on. But that's what I love about these newer cameras is you don't have to wait till the next day if you don't get pictures till your check-in picture at 12:30 the next day.
Yes.
You ask for a video, it sends it to you.
It sends it to you.
That's
nice.
Those Edge 3s, when you're setting them up, it's got live view. You got to be close to your camera.
My pros have that.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're the original pros too. They're not a 2 or a 3. They're just the original Edge. Because I bought 2 of those. Were my first Moultrie cameras, and I have no complaints.
Mm-hmm.
The only complaint I did have about the Edge 2s was they're not pros and they don't have. I went into because I was getting a lot of pictures of the one because there's a branch moving around, and I went in to do the smart zone thing, and I was like, oh, this doesn't have it. That was a little disappointing, but it is what it is. I just turned the sensitivity down, and it slowed the picture taking down a little bit.
I have hardly got any false pictures this year. And I got the sensitivity up on high, and they're all in the woods. I haven't done any of the smart
That's fortunate
zones.
Because it is so annoying when they're
oh my God,
constantly sending you blank pictures.
Yeah, when we had when we were running those cameras behind Doug's house, there was this family of raccoons. They made Nolan so freaking mad. All he wanted to do was go coon hunting back there and kill the entire family. Because those things. Before season, you put corn or whatever out. Mm-hmm. Those raccoons will sit there all freaking night.
Oh, yeah. All night long.
Just enough that you get a picture. And I'm pretty sure they look at the camera and they're like, all right, the 30 seconds is over. Let's
move again.
Yeah.
They sit there and wave to it, I'm pretty sure. annoying little things.
Yeah. I haven't got any more coyotes. Just got that one video, and then we've seen those two on the first day. I haven't got any more pictures of coyotes.
I haven't had a coyote this year. Oh, I saw my gray fox again the other morning.
Did you?
Yeah. I was kind of struggling finding a tree to climb up, and I ended up just picking a random tree and climbing up it. I did have 2 deer walk by me in the dark, and then right at first light, I hear something scampering up to me, and I was like, that doesn't sound like a deer, and I looked, and this is a little gray fox. He come underneath me and moseyed around for a little bit, and then disappeared off into the brush.
Nice.
So he's still around. He or she, I don't know yet.
Yeah. How old was it?
I'd say, judging by the sag and the belly
Yeah.
and the big neck on it, that it's probably about a 5-year-old fox.
Yeah. That's a pretty good fox.
Yeah.
That's an old warrior, probably
have to-
going downhill.
I'd have to send the teeth in to get it.
Yeah.
Get it
No.
drawn, get
You
it
can.
aged,
You don't
but
need. You can just judge them on the hoof.
judge it on the paws.
On the paws.
I could tell by the track it's at least 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
just because it's bigger than the other foxes.
A lot of history with that gray
Yeah,
fox.
yeah.
A lot of history with this one.
It was a little. we don't get annoyed by anything.
No, we're very easygoing. Nothing or nobody annoys us. Would you get another one?
No, I pulled the video.
Oh. And?
He's a solid 10. No split.
That's not a split.
It's not a split.
Okay.
He has a short G2 on that side. So when his head's turned, it kind of looked like a split.
Yeah.
Very, very nice buck, though.
May I?
She'll be happy to
Do you-
see
do you
that.
mind?
Yeah, you can definitely look at it.
Back. Oh, yeah, he's nice.
Yeah.
I gotta hit the play
He's
button.
a stud.
Boy, he's just standing real
as they
still,
say.
isn't he?
Stud.
Oh, he is a stud. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. That's a nice buck.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really nice buck.
Very respectable PA deer.
Absolutely.
That's a huge, huge one for.
That'd be going
PA.
on my wall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If she ends up getting that one, it would definitely go on the wall.
I'd say that's about a 4-year, 5.5-month-old buck.
He's at least 2 months old, I would say.
Yeah. Oh, he's at
Very
least 2
least.
months old.
There's another one that we had right
Ooh.
there.
He's heavy.
Same spot. Yeah. He's very nice.
Yeah, he's nice. Another 10, huh?
She's like, why don't you just go hunt my stand? I'm tired of you being. I'm like, I'm not trying to be angry.
She started grumpy Nev, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not angry. Just grumpy.
Yeah, you're just
like
grumpy.
You said, grumpy.
Yeah.
And it's not archery-induced stress.
Yeah, I mean, we take it very seriously. It's when you're not seeing much, it's very annoying.
It's frustrating. And then
You put a lot of time into it before season, during season,
Yep.
after season.
But what stresses me out is because, all in all, I think we have maybe 2 weeks before we leave.
Yeah.
And then we won't be back until our archery season is over. And you put trick or treat night in the mix. I don't know, that gives me about 10 good days of hunting left.
Yeah.
But
you said it; those are good days.
Yes, the next
yeah.
couple weeks, pretty much any day you choose to go out is probably going to be decent. You have a better chance than you did a week ago.
Yeah, I almost said something, but I don't want to jinx anybody, especially you. So I told Nevin. I told Nevin today. We were looking at all the pictures for the buck pool, and I told him. I said, "Listen, I was this close to putting $50 in and putting you on the $50 buck pool, but." I was like, if you go this year without killing a buck in PA, it would be 100% my fault, and I would have to tell you.
Because I'm not told me, and I would have been.
But it would have been on my conscience because I'm as superstitious as you are.
Yes. My best friend owns a bow shop and has a buck pool, and I'm not in it.
You're scoring it. You're scoring it. That's
I'm a part of it.
Yeah,
but I'm not in it.
We do. We still only have 2 or 3, I think. So I think we'll still hold off on the scoring.
Yeah, wait till we get, a good 5 or 6 in there, I think would be a decent number to get done in like an hour
Yeah.
or two.
Remind me after the podcast to tell you about the other buck pull I heard about today.
Okay.
Yeah, it's exciting.
All right.
Yeah. So we are at an hour and 5-ish minutes.
Oh, wow, that seemed like it.
Yeah, that
It
just
flew by.
whizzed on by. What else should we talk about? Is there anything we should cover that's going on? Nothing big going on.
Not right now. We're just kind of cruising.
We already
through.
said this weekend is the youth rifle
Yeah.
doe season.
And muzzleloader for bear.
Muzzleloader for
And
bear.
archery bear. It all coincides. But
And just early inline is that still going on, or was that just this past weekend?
So I think it's that. I don't know. I haven't.
And also, it is inline muzzleloader season. Somebody called me today and said, "Hey,
18th through the 25th. So it is currently going on.
Yes.
It's the same as bear season, full length,
okay,
full week.
So does it go out Saturday?
Yes, the 25th.
Is that Saturday?
Yes.
Okay. Somebody called me today and said, "Hey, I just went and bought an inline, and my buddy said I'm not allowed to use it in this season. So I need to find out." I'm like, "No, early muzzleloader is inline muzzleloader season. You can use a flintlock or a cap, a percussion cap,
Yes, a percussion cap or flintlock
and
or
an inline.
Yeah, any muzzleloader.
Yes. Late muzzleloader is only
Only.
flintlock, not percussion cap or inline.
Correct.
And funny story about inline season, my cousin Greg, did you know that Remington made a Model 700 inline muzzleloader?
No,
Yep.
I did not know that.
So him and Doug, I think they were down at camp early muzzleloader season, and they got checked by a warden. And he was checking his license and stuff, and he looked in the truck. He's like, "What do you got there?" Greg's like, "Remington Model 700. He's like, Greg's like, "It's an inline muzzleloader." He's like, "I gotta see that thing." Like he thought for sure he was getting Greg with a rifle.
Me and Dustin and I got checked this past flintlock season. We were hunting on some game lands, and we were part of a group, but we were pulling. It was just me and him pulling out of a drive, and there was this black SUV coming down the road, and I was like, "Oh," I said, "I think it's a game warden," and sure enough, they pulled in behind us, and very nice guys. We both have a bad habit of not having a harvest report sent in. So, we talked to them for a while, and he's
comment.
like, what are you hunting with today? I said, "Oh, I'm hunting with a flintlock." And he's like, "Oh, what kind?" He's got a Traditions or a, Thompson Center. I was like, "No, mine's a custom built job." He's like, "You mind if I take a look at that?" And I'm like, "No, not at all." So, I pull it out of the back seat and I hand it to him, and he's like, "Wow, that is beautiful." And they were just extremely nice the entire time. Of course, they checked their licenses and stuff like that. No big deal. He's like, "Did you get a buck this year?" And I'm like, yeah, I did. I got one in bow season. I got a real nice one. I showed him pictures and everything. And the other there was 2 game wardens. One was talking to Dustin, one was talking to me. The one that was talking to Dustin is like, "Oh, did you get a buck this year?" He's like, yeah, I got one. Nice one. Da 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 da. Went through. He's like, "Did you report it?" Dustin's like, "No, I did not." And he's like, "All right, he's like, I'm not gonna be about it, but he's like, he's like, and when I was in a game warden, he's like, I never reported anything either. He's like, but now that I'm a part of it, he goes, it does help us, with the Conservation Act and all this other stuff, like helps us see who's shooting what, where, so we can use that for our tag, amounts next year and stuff like that, which is understandable."
Yeah.
And, normally I'm hit and miss with that over the years. Some I just forgot, you get excited about it, and then the work begins and you start processing the deer, and then time just slips away from you, and you don't report your harvest. So we were like, "So what do we do?" He's like, "Oh, you can do it now." He's like, I know it says within 10 days or whatever, but you can do it now. So we're both on our phones as soon as they left, like reporting. It's like we're going to get in trouble when we already talked to them. And
Right.
they were very cool about everything. And, we didn't get any citations or anything like that. So, but you can get a citation if you don't report your harvest. If they're feeling mean that day.
Yeah.
But, we were cooperative and they were very nice.
Just be respectful to them.
Yeah, you don't have to be, as long as you're not doing anything illegal, it's not a big deal, And if you're respectful, they're nice as can be. I mean, I have no qualms with that whatsoever. They're just doing their job. Make it easy for them.
The one bear season, me and Dad were hunting together. Doug and Josh were, we were all hunting together, but we had split up, And Doug and Josh got checked. And Doug was digging around in his pack to get his license out. He was in the door of the truck. And then the game warden had pulled up behind him. And Josh had walked around the other side of the truck. And Doug couldn't hear the game warden. He was out of his vehicle. He's like, "Sir, step away from the vehicle." And like I said, Doug's trying to get his license and stuff out.
No.
He didn't hear him. And Josh is like, "Doug, hey, Doug." Like the warden's like, he's like ready to shoot him. Thinking Doug's, taking something out of the truck. He's got his hand on his pistol. Finally, Doug, he's like, "What's up?" Guy's like, "Please step away from the vehicle." Doug's like, "I'm just getting my license out." So they talked to him, He understood that Doug wasn't trying to kill him. And then he comes down the road, and he gets to me and Dad, same guy, and they have the body cameras. Mm-hmm. And the dude gets out of the truck. He's like, "Just let you guys know you're currently being videoed." Like he was still a little sketched out. And then we meet up with Doug and Josh. They told us a story. I'm like, that would explain why he was acting like that.
Mm-hmm. He was a little bit fearful as to what was going on over there. Of course, being them, you don't know what you're going to run into.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was down in Ty Nesson, way back in Collins Pines. I mean,
oh yeah,
I don't blame the guy.
No, I don't either. I mean, everybody he deals with has a weapon, pretty much, and
at least one.
Yeah, and he doesn't know what kind of person it is, what mood somebody's going to be in. Something.
You watch Deliverance one too many times as a game warden.
Yeah,
you get a little sketched out.
Yes. I'd be the same way, man. It's it's his life on the line, and he's just, like I said, they're just trying to do their job.
Yeah. Did I tell you how fast? Change the subject. Did I tell you how fast that Hoyt's shooting right now?
No.
It's 65 pounds. It might be 68 or so. I twisted the cables to get it tuned. 400. I think those arrows that Nolan built me some arrows.
They're 400 spine. I was checking them out.
400 spine, but I think they're 407 grains total. So I shot a 28-inch draw, 65, 68 pounds, 292 feet per second.
Really?
Yes.
Holy cow. That's seriously impressive.
Yeah.
Them RX-9s are putting out some heat, man.
Yeah. I mean, that Matthews is almost a whole 100 grains heavier, 20 pounds draw heavier, and it's shooting about the same. Oh, by the way, I haven't heard much because they can't tell me much, and I can't say anything. They haven't told me anything that I can't say, but I'm not going to say it anyway. But
keep the surprise.
New bow releases are coming at some point in the next 1 to 4 months. I'll keep that really vague. There's going to be some exciting ones.
Some big changes this year.
I think, because again, my reps can't hardly tell me anything.
Right.
They're like sworn to secrecy. And even the ones that, I've gotten kind of close with over the last few months, still, they're like, sorry, man.
I know PSE released theirs, the Sicario.
The Sicario.
Now that looks like a good shooting bow.
I don't want to get. It's like I have four. I have 5 if you count
many
bear
brands. And
yeah, you get too many, you get oversaturated. But that Sicario makes me want to have PSE in here.
Yeah. Also, I was watching. I saw a TikTok today about the new Darton.
The Darton. Somebody brought one in.
I've heard great things.
Yes, their tuning system.
I can't remember.
I forget what it's called. Their tuning system. It's the yoke comes down. Mm-hmm. You loosen up a little set screw and you twist it.
Yes.
That's it. You twist it with your finger. Tighten up that set screw. Mm-hmm. That's their tuning system.
Yeah, and then the rollers for the cables.
Yes.
You can move those
Yep.
as well.
I believe Elite does that too.
Okay.
I think it's Elite. I'm praying, and I didn't hear one way or the other, honestly, that Prime and or Hoyt implement some sort of freaking tuning system.
Yes. Absolutely. Hoyt's behind. They're still using the spacers and stuff. And they're still a great bow, but they need to get with the times. A lot of bow companies are swapping over. And it's easier.
It's so easy.
It's so easy.
And now I don't know if like somebody had a patent on it and it's ran out and more companies are
picking it up. Yeah.
Yeah, because Matthew, I didn't know if Matthews would ever go to it just because I love them to death, but they're kind of stubborn.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they'll ever come out with a carbon bow just cause.
Yeah. I think they just want to stick to the aluminum.
You imagine? I bet if they came out with a carbon bow, it would be freaking amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah. They've got some really good engineers in there.
What if they dropped their bows this year and it was all carbon? That'd be insane.
It would be highly unlikely.
A carbon solo cam. All right. Well, really, we should shut it down. I guess we've BS'd enough.
Yeah. We're at an hour and
15
minutes,
16.
about somewhere around there.
Yeah. If anybody has
Take
anything,
a minute or two. Yeah.
Again, no emails or anything this week. Getting more and more Quiver On crew
Awesome.
stuff, so that's amazing.
Excited to hear that.
Yep. I mean, I've already heard my dad, and I think I heard one or two other stories already this year that's like, glad I had my Quiver on.
It's good to hear.
Yep. Some more and more people are wising up.
I'm glad we could persuade.
Oh, by the way, the other thing. Remember I said there wasn't a bow hook in that tree stand?
Yes.
So I did this thing that people say that is impossible. I laid it across my lap. Okay, so I'm right-handed. I hold my bow with my left hand.
Right.
So I lay it with the arrows across my lap. It can be done.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is super impressive. That
with the Quiver On.
probably took some skill.
Yeah, I don't know if I cracked the code or what happened.
Seems as the way people talk, it seems as though it's about impossible.
Yeah, I laid it across my lap, but can't have the Quiver on. I did it. I did it.
I did it. It was fine.
I almost took a picture of it so I could post it. I'm like, you know what? We'll talk about it on the podcast. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm like special.
Maybe.
I don't know if
You were blessed with that talent.
I guess. Yeah, right across my legs, dude. There, it was right there. Just picture it.
It's almost impossible to even...
I would show you,
Picture.
but I don't want to. Maybe I have a secret way to do it. I don't want
I'm
to.
not sure.
I don't want everybody
I
seeing
used to
it.
do it in a climbing stand, but I'd lay it across the
top piece.
bars on a summit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you could do it
Yeah, with the arrows on.
with the quiver on.
Yes.
Wow.
Never took my quiver off.
Wow.
Ever.
Maybe we're just special. It's exciting. But on that note, appreciate everybody listening, watching, whatever. Episode 19 is in the books.
Yep, and we'll see you next week
Yeah.
for another good one.
Episode 20.
And then we'll have one more week, and then I'll be gone for 2.
Yeah.
Kyle's probably going to either have to improvise, or maybe Nolan can come on.
Maybe Nolan
here
will come back
again.
on. We'll get somebody
We'll
on.
talk about his archery season.
Hopefully by that time he's got a story to tell.
Yeah, that'd be
Knock on wood.
knock on.
That kid is as superstitious as me. Every time I say anything in the tree, he's like, "Daddy, knock on wood."
Yeah,
I
knock
gotta
on.
knock on the. Maybe that's why we're not seeing anything. He's always having me knock on the tree. But all right.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for listening.